red tape.
Actually, my concern is, I realize the state of Maine has lost a lot of jobs over the last 20, 30 years that are not going to come back from paper mills and textile mills and so on. But I look at a number of small jobs and entrepreneurs that have created jobs in Maine, like Tom's of Maine, Johnny's Seeds. Oh, I think I have a voice. Ray's Mustard Mill. And I am concerned about the attitude that lessening regulatory measures, possibly degrading the environment, and I've heard Mr. Brown say that's not the case, and the governor's actions regarding the mural may in fact discourage some of the small businesses. And I think that music and art and so on are businesses in Maine. There was a mention made earlier of Eastport, and I know that Eastport is trying to struggle back in part through a revival of the arts. And I wonder to what extent you feel that making Maine more business friendly requires that we lessen our environmental controls.
Okay, that's a very good question, and I'd like to make and I want to make sure that you clearly understand when we talk about regulatory environment, what we're talking about. We are not talking about rolling back regulations. We are not talking about allowing big smokestacks. We are not talking about degrading our environment. What we are talking about is streamlining the process of getting through the process. That's all we're talking about, is streamline the process. Now let me tell you, we should not have a system where it takes you 5 years to obtain a permit for a project and then have some dingbat, and I'll cut the dingbat, file an erroneous lawsuit that is not going to go anywhere except do one thing: delay. Delay, delay, delay. Folks, if we're going to fix our problems, if we're going to have quality jobs, if we're going to look, if we look at New Hampshire's environmental regulations aren't bad. They just are smart enough to get through the process quicker than we do. So there's no reason for people to go through New Hampshire, come to Maine, because they know that New Hampshire is going to take care of them better. So I agree with the fact that we do not have to degrade our environment. As you speak about music, one of the bills in well, that's actually 2 bills in the legislature. We are trying to get the legislature to address the fact that Maine's a beautiful state. We can make movies in Maine. We have a great landscape. We could have entertainment festivals. But nobody wants to come to Maine because if you're here more than 10 days, you're going to pay income tax in Maine. Well, if you're an actress or an actor and you're not going to make a movie in 10 days, so you don't want to work in Maine. They don't come here to live, they come here to work. Now, I do agree they should be paying tax on the income they've earned in Maine, but they can come here for 10 days and they got to pay income tax. That's why a lot of big companies won't put their offices here, because they can't even come and visit for more than 2 weeks without having to pay income tax. So it's a matter of looking at good public policy. Good public policy can include a good, strong environmental regulations. And the business community will tell me, we don't care how tough you are. Tell us what it is and let us get through the process. But to delay is counterproductive to the investors, certainly counterproductive to Maine people who can't get good jobs.
We'll take one more.
I'd like to add to the discussion, particularly the piece about the environment and the environmental quality. You actually mentioned Eastport, and it's interesting that you did, because the Eastport Port Authority had an application before our agency to increase